Hello and welcome once again, fellow girls, guys, gamers. This is Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for this episode of 7 Days To Die A16. You joined me on day 107, the dawn of, and I've been doing some work off camera, as I said I would. As you can see from down there, I've done some painting the outside of the base. I'll show you guys where we're up to. We're pretty much up to the top floor now with the decorating. I've decorated the garage inside and out. That didn't take too much doing. Mostly it's the exterior walls of the tower that takes some doing, as you can probably imagine. We're also creating, it's a very slow job this. We're crafting fertilizer. It takes a very long time. Basically what we really need is a composting bin. It should take a long time, but we shouldn't really need to boil it up, in my opinion. But we will just show you guys where we're at with the decorating of the base, because this is mostly what I've been doing since the last episode. Also, you'll probably see from here, I hope you can see, we've got pretty much the entire garden over there dug up, basically because it did give me a small return on fertilizer, but it is worth getting every bit that we can. And may well have to still harvest some more from the burnt biome to fully upgrade to fully fertilize our dirt at the top of our rooftop garden. But we're going to try and finish the rooftop garden today, or as much of it as we possibly can, because then the base is completed, and that is my primary target for the moment, is to complete the base. And then after that we can call ourselves pretty much done here, and we can move on to other things for the remainder of Alpha 16. I don't know when Alpha 17 is coming out, but if it's going to take a little while longer, we might try a modded series. We shall see how we go. But there's just some mushrooms over there at the moment that are still maturing, so I'm not going to waste those. And then we'll get that bit of dirt out there, and we might get a couple more bits of fertilizer into the bargain. Now, if I just go into the garage here, you'll see I've given it a nice kind of red tile roof. I do love those red tiles. And then you can see how far up we've got. Basically, I've put the little concrete pole decoration all the way around up to the top there. And you can see our colour bands going all the way up. We're just lacking the very, very top one up there. Which I haven't even quite decided what colour it's going to be yet, but it's going to have to be a colour of concrete that we ain't already got, so it's probably going to be a pink one, which is a bit vile, but I'm sure it'll look great. And apart from the sort of the maintenance areas, which are mostly unpainted, the rest is done, apart from that very top tier there. And you can see what I've done here. It's fairly unassuming. I've just got some brown concrete there. Of course, I cannot paint behind, under, or to the side of our workbench, because you can't paint unless you can get, round the press E to use, and you can't. So there we go. And I've also painted the ramp there as well, and the flooring, and pretty much everything is done now. I have to say, I'm kind of in a way regretting my decision of having put those spikes down there. I wasn't sure whether that was going to be a good thing in the first place, and to be honest, it's not the greatest. What we could really do within this game is some way, and I haven't found the ideal way yet, there's some way of having defences that you could just completely ignore and turn off come Horde Night. Other than Horde Night. Obviously, you can have gun turrets, and you could just turn those on Horde Night and have them turned off the rest of the time. And I have done that in a few of my single player saves, because the guns basically just eat ammunition like crazy, so I find it difficult to keep up to those. But these spikes, they are really hard actually to keep up to, because they are very iron hungry. They take an awful lot of iron, and every flipping random horde that comes through here, and bearing in mind that's at least one a day while you're around the base, just trash them completely. And the idea is that they help on Horde Night, but of course they're there the whole time, and by the time Horde Night rolls around, unless you've done some serious maintenance work, they've all gone, because every random horde just goes trailing straight across them and damages them. And of course I accidentally damage them myself by taking trap damage when I'm actually standing several feet away from them. So they're very annoying, generally speaking, and I think we'd be better off in future with some gun turrets, which we can turn off when we want to, so they're not just shooting at everything that's 15 miles away the whole time. and wasting ammunition, because they do rather tend to do that. They're pretty cool when they do work, though. I have to say, gun turrets pretty cool when they do work. But yeah, you do have to then sort of, you know, crafting a lot of ammunition. But there you go. You see, I've even painted over there. Wowzer. Okay, so we can probably expect a screamer to turn up some point during today's episode, in point of fact, because we have got my chemical bench kind of on at the moment. It's not going to have... Oh, it has crafted another one. I can't remember exactly how long it takes to craft each one of the fertilizer, but really it's quite a long time. So here we go. Up to our roof garden. There we go. So this is a story so far. You can see I've finished the fence all the way around the outside. It should be secure unless we jump. We're not going to fall off there, she says, hopefully, because it's a long way down. What a view. Wowza, I can pretty much see the curvature of the earth from here. I don't think there is such a thing, actually. It would be cool if there was, but hey. We've got 2 hatches. That's to our maintenance area, and that's to our house. Our sort of basically the housing. And we can tell the difference between the two because this chest is where the entrance to the base general on a hole is. So there we are. We've got in this chest all sorts of stuff. I've got the fertilizer that I've saved up so far. I've got a load of seeds that I made in preparation, but the other thing that I've got is a paintbrush and some paint. I've also got some wood railing just spare, and then some forged iron for upgrading wood railing, and also for repairing up hose, which I thought was going to be a good idea, although goodness knows once we've tilled in this fertilizer we're not going to need the hose anymore so much. Dirt as well, so we can make mushroom seeds. So in other words, we've got everything here that we need. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to fertilize as much of this dirt as we can, because then we're going to know how much of the garden we can plant up, because I don't ideally want to plant up the bits that aren't fertilized yet, because then we'd have to wait until that crop had fully matured and been harvested before we actually were able to fertilize again. That said, I don't suppose it's going to be a major deal to do that. We just end up with the crops yielding a little less, and we might get most of this done with the fertilizer we have anyway. No, that's it, folks. That's all she wrote. Okay, well, there we go. It takes a surprising amount of fertilizer to do this job, but we have got some more cooking. Alrighty, so let's get priority cooking, priority gardening here. Priority crops growing here. Let me just change that before she drives me nuts. Oh, I haven't got all of these out yet. So we'll have our food crops. We also need, I don't know really, we don't need the cotton so much. So we'll get my food crops growing. I'll leave the mushroom spores actually, because we've got mushrooms down there which we'll be able to harvest. So I'll get the food crops, but we also probably want goldenrod and chrysanthemum seeds as priority, and hop seeds as well. I'll just take all of them, and then we'll put the most important ones into place. Those two can both wait, I think. Alright, so the other thing we have is that we actually have more space across here than we do on the others. We've got actually 11 blocks across, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks across, and we've got 11 types of crop, which is ideal. But we do have more space in across the centre for crops. So I'm going to place, and this is going to be more crops than we had down below. I'm going to place 11 potatoes because we tend to use up a lot of potatoes. There we go, and 11 corn because we're going to, we're going to be able to make cornbread and things that way as well. There we go. So that's prioritizing those. Oh, I must have made too many potato seeds. There we go. Coffee is pretty good, but we're also going to want to place goldenrod and aloe vera seeds as well. And I'm going to want sort of a full row with each of those. Aloe vera is not what I meant actually. I'm not sure if I can get rid of that now. Yep, I can. I just destroyed it, which isn't quite what I meant. Okay, no, I beat it up again. That's good. Chrysanthemum seeds is what I meant. Okay, so our chrysanthemum seeds here, and we'll have the goldenrod next to it. And that's for our goldenrod tea, of course, but it's also for paint if we needed to make any more. I don't think we will, to be honest. I've gone crazy with the paint making. We should have enough to finish the base. We really should. I made so much of the stuff. There we go. And then, yeah, hop seeds for beer, yucca and aloe, and blueberry. Now we should maybe perhaps plant our coffee and blueberries here. That is not what I meant, is it? Come on. Thank you. Coffee. There we go. And blueberries next to it. And these are the ones where we have less. But that's okay. I don't need so many of those. There we go. So I've got some spare seeds to go away with those. And then we've got aloe vera and yucca. And I probably haven't got space to do all of these. So let's place the yucca here. Oops. Go on. Place. Go on. Oh, some of these crops are very difficult to position correctly. There we go. And then we're pretty much out, aren't we, actually? I don't know, actually. Are we? I can't really tell. I think we can probably place these here. I think that's probably fertilized, at least to about there. Like so. And then we're going to be able to put we're going to have to put our hops here, which is fine. Where are my hop seeds? I'll just place them so we know where stuff's going. Okay, I think we're fertilized to there. So aloe vera seeds and hop seeds. And then here we're going to have our cotton, is it? And what was the other one? And mushrooms, which, yeah, aren't so very important to us, I guess. And that's going to be our garden arrangement up here. So I'm going to put away our spare seeds. There we go, spare seeds. And aloe and potato seeds. And then we're going to take our trusty paintbrush and our paint. And we're going to just close that for the time being. And we're going to do some painting up here as well. So what I'd like to do, if we possibly can, is I'm going to start off with white, I think. And we're going to see... Oops, that's not what I meant. Okay, no. Now, the difficulty with these is I'm not sure if we can actually paint. There we go. That is what I meant. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I can get that from this side, if you see what I mean. I probably can't paint it. Oh, there we go, finally. But I'm not sure if I can, because you need to hit the side of them to get that part white, which is quite difficult because I can't hit the side of that one. So that is kind of annoying. But that's kind of what I'm after there, is this kind of effect. I can do all of these ones, but I'm going to struggle in the corners there a little bit. Nonetheless, I shall try doing that. I might have to, I can do that from when I'm doing the side, painting the sides of the building, can't I? I'll be able to reach it from the side, so that is what I'm going to have to do there. Okay, so we're going to go around and paint all of the ones that we can. There we go. Oops, because I like being able to paint these sort of in two different colours. They look pretty cool when you can. There we are, and that one as well. And of course we can't paint our vault hatch. There we go. Okay, and then the other one, the other bit that I want, just to make it look a little bit... Ay. It's not what I meant, is it? No, it isn't. Look at that, you see. I actually, when I didn't want to, I caught the bit I wanted. There you go. Maybe I can do it from here. No. Oh, it's really difficult. Yep, okay, for some reason I can't get that one. That's annoying. Okay, so some I can, some I can't. There we go. But this is what I mean. And if I do that, then that will stand out a little bit less as well. And will look a bit less, yeah, a little bit less sort of different from all the others. There we go. And I think that looks pretty nice, actually. That looks pretty nice. That's going to look good once I've managed to fill in those bits that I can't reach. Okay, that's done all of those bits for the moment. Now, what I would also like to do is paint these fences in stainless steel so they look a bit less rusty and cruddy. And again, these are quite difficult to hit because they're sort of quite, they've got quite small hitbox, they're quite thin. But that, I think you'll agree, looks a lot better. I mean, I know we're living in apocalypse here, but we are quite literally living the high life here. And I want the place to look nice. This is important to me. There we go. That is finished. That is done. And then the only other thing really that I can think to do is sort of perhaps paint these edges down here. I don't suppose it matters over much what colour even we paint them. I like to do them sort of fairly dark like that. Right. Oopsie, that is not what I meant, is it? That is not what I meant at all. Let's just replace that. There we go. But yeah, I like to I just think the of all of the, I kind of prefer in some ways the texture of the plain concrete to the texture of the reinforced concrete. The reinforced concrete just looks like bare wall to me, and so I always feel compelled to cover it over and paint it with something. Doesn't really matter too much what, because it just looks unfinished otherwise. Even down the side of my plant beds, what can I say? I'm very particular. There we go. And then I think we can call this place pretty much done. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of edge painting on these. Yeah, you see, that's not working, is it? I can't get it. No matter what I try and do there, I'm going to end up painting my railing instead in a sec, so that's not really going to work. I kind of managed to fluke one of them, but I don't think I'm going to get that for most of them, so there we are. All right, guys, so there we go. We've got a lovely, safe location to plant our garden up. We're going to go down and see if we've got any more fertilizer that we can use. I don't know, can we see our garden from up here, the former garden? There it is, yes, but it's way too low down, far away, for us to be able to tell whether we've got whether our mushrooms are ripe yet or not. Here we go. So apart from vultures, we're going to be able to harvest in absolute security and safety there. Now there's two more, whoop-de-doop. That's going to take a while to do, isn't it? So I'm going to put the paintbrush and tools, the paintbrush and paint, they're going to go sort of, they can go back down in our toolbox now. And then the other thing I was thinking of maybe doing, let's see, this is where they belong, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. I'm going to have to, as I say, do a little bit more decorating on the outside of the base generally. But the other thing I was thinking of doing maybe was making some lights. Oh, there's our screamer. Now, she may or may not take herself out on our spikes, but generally speaking, it's probably wisest not to leave it to chance, because she seems to be quite good at avoiding our spikes. She tends to sort of, oh, there she is, look. Oh, actually, it looks to me like she didn't avoid them, but nonetheless, I don't think she's actually dead. She will be in a sec. Is she dead? She may be dead, actually. She certainly is now, put it that way. Just to make sure. Put a bullet in her. Alright, there we go. So she obviously did crawl over my spikes. There we go. Okay, so what were we doing? Oh yes, lights. So I was thinking that maybe we could do with having some lights up there as well. Possibly spotlights. We've got some, just to sort of light the place up a little bit. We've got some... we've got our maintenance. We've got our maintenance area, which serves the place. So let's just see What do we need? Put in lights. Do a bit of a search. We've got all these other lights. Now that's an outdoor light which we can make, but we haven't really got anything to attach such a light to, which is why I was thinking spotlights. That said, we haven't really got anywhere to put spotlights either. So maybe what I should think of is try to get some outdoor lights and don't know, spotlights. We need headlights, electrical parts, duct tape and iron. I think we should make some spotlights for up there, to be honest. I think spotlights is the way to go. Perhaps we'll only need 2, however. So let's just go for our mist stuff. Electrical parts, duct tape, forged iron. I think that's it. That's the one. Okay, let's make a couple of those. And I think that's probably going to be alright. That's going to probably be enough of them. But quite where we're going to put them, I'm not sure. That is something for us to work out, I think. Because we're going to need to position them on something. So let's go up and have a look. Okay. Whoops. Now obviously they're not going to be able to go on this because we can't place any blocks on top of this because it's, well, it's already occupying the box of the catwalk. So we're not going to be able to just place it there. So what I might find myself having to do is placing, I might have to place a sort of a structure around the outside of this railing, maybe like a lip around the outside of our building in concrete ramps. And if we do that, then we might be able to put a spotlight on each of the corners or something. As I say, we might actually only need 2 spotlights to adequately cover the garden. Oh Lord, woman, stop it! But we might need all 4, or it might just be more visually pleasing to put 4 on there. Okay, let's just see if we can do that. I'll just try this as, oh, let's go down to here because this is where our concrete is. On this side, however, mixing materials. There you can see we're a bit low on concrete now, but in point of fact, I probably don't need that much, do I? Let's put that back. Right, so let's just try this. Ramp, but concrete ramp or rebar ramp. That's a good point, actually. Do we have any rebar? Because if we do, that's going to be the easiest way of doing this. Building. Oh yeah, there we go. We got some rebar ramps. That is going to be definitely the easiest way of doing this. Let's just get... We need to do some nerd poling here as well. So let me just take these and then we can use those to nerd pole because most of my wooden frames are used as fuel nowadays. Alrighty, let's start at this side here. This is how I've been decorating, folks. Oh, not the ramp frames, the square ones, thank you. This is how I've been doing my painting and decorating. It's a hairy thing to do, I can assure you. Which is why I kind of like to do it off camera, because it is not without risk. And yes, I have died doing this. Only once. One false move is all it takes. And I've also had a good many broken legs from the process. So I'm hoping I don't make a fool of myself on this occasion. Alright, because this is a very long way up now. Yeah. Okay, so this is a bit of a tedious process. Apologies for that. But hopefully you'll see what it is I wanted to do here. Righto, here we are. Now, this is what I'm kind of thinking of. Let's just put that to advanced. That is what I meant. Now, if we could do this all the way around the outside of our building, it could look quite cool, but also it could result in our being able to, let's just put those away and get this, place spotlights as well. So it might look quite nice from below. and enable us to place spotlights. So this, I've broken my leg doing this too fast before, so we have to go a little bit carefully. Tempting as it is to take them away really fast like that, it's not a great plan. There we go. There we go. Done safely and without killing myself. That's what we like. Alright, up we go, and we'll see if we can, now having placed some of those. Oh, hello. And they were at the front, weren't they? Were they here? No, they were over this way. There we go, we can see them. Now, can I hop over onto that without killing myself? This is the question. And the answer is yes, I hope. Right, let's just copy rotation. There we go. And yep, that's probably what we want, isn't it? Pretty much. And there as well. And then, now what we're going to have to do on the corners, of course. This actually makes me clench. This is quite scary. I could really kill myself here. Okay, let's just see if I can make myself a concrete corner. Yeah, we need 2, or we need 4 of those, to be honest. But if I can make some of those, then I can place the corners. She says, I hope I can place the corners, but what I might have to do, of course, to not die, what I might have to do, I'm getting back over the right side of this railing, quite honestly. Let's just see. Can I place that? No. Probably not. I'm probably going to have to nerd pole up to place that, to be fair. But yes. So we're going to have the corners there. And then I want to put our spotlights on the corners. And then hopefully I'm going to be able to use my little entrance way to plug them in to the power source. Did we make them in this one? No, must have been the one below. Okay, here we are. There are other ways of doing this, of course. I could have kind of nerd poled from, I don't know, I could have, yes, gone from the outside like I have done previously, but honestly it feels, whoops, kind of safer to do it this way around, to be truthful. Now that we've got, let me just turn up our light on this far up. There we go. Oops. There we are, and I'll just upgrade these as well. There we are, and now we'll go and see if we can place that light, or at least one of these spotlights. Alright, so we're going to be able to put that there quite easily. Let's just turn it in on a diagonal. There we go, fantabulous. And then we'll do the same thing the other way around. Now our maintenance hatch is right next to this one, so that's pretty cool. And then we'll just need to wire it into here. Now I'm pretty sure I haven't got a wire tool there. No, I haven't, but we can go all the way down to the bottom here. There we go. And I think I've got a wire tool in here. Yes, I have. Alright, let's see if we can do this. And all the way back up to the top again. Or rather, not quite. Let's just go in here and take a wire from here. There we go. And that's going to be just about perfect. There we are. Marvellous. There we go. We've got a bit of a wire going through there, but not too much, not too bad. And anyway, it's a maintenance hatchway, so who cares? Fantastic, there we go, and that lights up the garden pretty nicely actually, so I think probably our 2 spotlights are going to do the job for us, and that's going to be enough. And we've got darkness now, so we can, let me just turn that off. Actually, it's not so very light, is it? If I shut that, that'll shed a little more, and I might have to perhaps adjust the angle of the light slightly. I might adjust it so it's facing upwards a little. Let's just try that. Let's see if that's any better. A little bit, perhaps, yes. But, yeah, I might yet place 4 of them, to be honest. I'll put one the opposite side over there, and I'll see if that looks all right, and if it doesn't, then what I'll do is I'll put 4 on, 1 on each corner, which, as I say, kind of appeals to one's sense of symmetry anyway. So so there we go. For the moment, I'm going to place this in here and those as well, and the wire tool I should probably put back. And the rest of the wiring up of those lights I will do off camera. In the meantime, we have got our rooftop garden finished, and I hope you guys like the build. It is pretty much complete, but I will show it to you. I'll you know, make sure that we take a good look at it when it is completely done. When I've done all the painting and everything is just, you know, completely finished, then we'll have a good look at it, just so we can see the finished product. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. In the meantime, if you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button, and feel free to leave me your comments and your suggestions. Until you join me for the next episode, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye bye for now.